Hey everybody, welcome back to Mars Revealed. Thanks for stopping by. This is episode 3 of the Mars Anomaly series, where I go through my backlog of things I've released over the last couple of years in small bite-sized pieces. So hope you're enjoying them. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel so I can get a little feedback on that, and it will certainly motivate me to do more. And the more we stay in this process, the better the anomalies will just continue to get more interesting as I became a little more aware and locked in over time as I did this research. So let's dive right in. Okay, so for today, we're going to MSL 315, which I discovered this back in the middle of 2021. I think this one is very cool. Here's and you can always go to the Gigapan address here to see what Nev put together, type this in. It may not go exactly to this snapshot, but you can see it on the bottom if you're familiar with how the Gigapans work and the snapshots, you can find it. This looks like some sort of tool or weapon to me. Look at this. Look at this. Amazing. Here's the blown up piece, sharp point. This looks very rectangular, almost like a pickaxe or a crazy weapon of some sort. Pretty amazing in my mind. I would just ignore these other things. They look a little pareidolia-like, but this thing is the key. I like this one a lot. Again, it could be a hammer, pick, a sledgehammer, if you will, but also this sharp point looks pretty compelling. So, and it could be something someone had noted that maybe this is behind this object. I think it's on top. So anyway, I like this one a lot. This is in my mind, a top maybe 40 find. And let's go on. So next thing, and this has been found a few times by other people. I didn't know that at the time, but it's pretty amazing. This is a MSL, the Sol 526 from Curiosity. And here we have this odd object. I don't know. This thing looks buried. It almost looks like a pipe or some sort of mechanical device. People will look at this and think face and all that. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that sometimes the software, the NASA software that maybe puts it together will sometimes put, I don't know, some odd artifacts on these gigapans, or on the images, and the giga comes through on the gigapan. But look at this. Here's a symmetrical, almost a loop overhead. I just think this has to be some sort of mechanical device as a part of a pipe. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to just point out anything that I may have missed, or something that you think this is. I know there looks to be a eyes, nose, mouth here, but who knows? There's an opening here. So again, I think that there's something something construction related, but it's certainly not natural. How could anyone possibly think this is natural? If this showed up on the Earth, it would be not natural. Let's move on. I like this one too a lot. I remember when I posted this originally, it did not get a lot of play and some on Facebook. And again, you can go to my Mars Revealed Facebook group, join there. You can go through the media section and see what, even beyond myself, but others that have posted some great stuff. Sarah Runcie posts a lot, and she has some great eye. And recently, I've gotten some contributions from other excellent posters and pages that are sharing. But anyway, sorry for the tangent. Look at this. I don't know the size, but this is looking like a elongated headdress here. Pretty obvious outline of a semi-profile. I see forehead, nose. This would, to me, would be a statue head. Almost looks I don't know, like Egyptian in a certain way, maybe a Nubian. I see a lot of Nubian sort of things in Mars as well. Um, but this could be whatever it is, who knows? As far as the face and the head, but that looks pretty amazing. So here's the original. Here it is blown up. This is actually a Keith Laney Gigapan from MSL 527. So I like this one. What do you think? Next. All right, so this one is actually the similar time period. This is 571. Here it is in the original state, and this is blown up. Again, I'm just looking at, who knows what I'm looking at here, but it could be anything from a statue head to, something organic. But it's looking like nose, mouth, eyes, looks like a headdress. I would expect this to be some sort of broken statue. I think that if there was a civilization here, I'm going to keep repeating this, that it was very much like Sumerian or Egyptian as far as a pantheon of gods where the population was worshiping them. And I think the gods were a high tech species of some sort that may have then moved on to Earth or something similar to that, but that's obviously speculation. Let's move on. This is a little blurry. Couple of interesting things. I think this one's interesting. Down here, we look, this is blown up. Almost looks to me a little bit like a kind of Sphinx-like object. I see kind of ears, eyes, mouth, kind of paws, an elongated body here, lying, prone. I know it's a little weak as far as the definition, which is pretty par for the course, as we know, with Mars. This is something interesting. Looks a little symmetrical here. Again, I've seen this before. It's almost like you could even think this looks like someone in sort of vehicle, but head, who knows? But something odd here. But this one is pretty interesting in my mind, and this is from Sol 753. So it's pretty, it's a good amount of time in the past. This would have been, I'm not sure how long ago, but I don't know, 10 years, 8 years. So let's continue on. We'll do a couple more. This is interesting too, I think. So obviously I think it's all interesting because I found them. So this is Neil Spence, my friend from Paradigm Shift, who has he's been kind of out doing work, having to earn a living as we all do. Hasn't been around that much. But he's also great with putting together the gigapans and macros. So here it is in the original state, and this is blown up. And again, this just by itself is an odd, almost like a mouth hole. I could see this being something fossilized. In fact, maybe this is like a fish, or if this was a riverbed, I'm not sure, or an ocean bed. We have eyes, or an eye. And I think there's something going on here. Again, I would think this could very well be something organic that fossilized. Um, very interesting. Because if you look at it and you think, well, is it something natural? Well, it would be organic. I don't know if it's, natural is, I don't think it's man-made. I think it could be an organic uh, item. So hopefully you like this one. I like it. Come in a little tighter. Yeah, something going on. What do you think this is? Is that an eye too over here? Could be an ear hole. So I don't know. Could always be a statue piece. All right, so we'll do one more for today. And this one, another Keith Laney Sol 901. This is from early 2021 that I found this. This looks to me, again, I think this could be a sculpture. This looks like a bird head to me. This looks like a beak. This looks like the profile of an eye. Could be, almost looks like, reminds me of one of those like fountain things where the bird head dips into a glass of water and it kind of goes back and forth. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but anyway, I do think this is interesting. I think this is fairly large. There's some other things in the pan that's interesting, like this back here, just because it's white, doesn't look or a lighter color. I don't know what that would be, but it could be something that is not a natural phenomena. Something here looks colorful. That looks colorful. But this is the key point. This call it the bird head, again, a beak. Could it be fossilized? Maybe. Again, it could be part. It looks very dark rock, but that could be just shaded shadow from from the way it was taken, the picture was taken. So this one's pretty interesting, I think. All right, so that'll do it for us today. Again, please, as a reminder, subscribe, like, even if you would be so kind, and really appreciate coming by, and we'll definitely see you again soon. So thanks again.